What if I told you that the most undervalued asset in the world today isn't a new technology, a hidden cryptocurrency, or an emerging market economy, but a metal so ancient, so ordinary, and so overlooked that most people walk right past its true value without even realizing it? What if I told you that this metal once powered empires, shaped currencies, secured dynasties, and protected civilizations from collapse? Yet today, it trades as if it's nearly worthless. And what if I told you that major governments, financial elites, and global industries are quietly preparing for a future where this metal becomes more valuable than anyone alive today has ever witnessed? This metal is silver, and the mystery is simple but chilling. How can something essential to global industry, money, technology, energy, healthcare, and national security be priced so low that even its extraction costs more than its market price? Tonight, we are going to uncover a hidden pattern, a repeating cycle, and a story the world has ignored for decades. A story of manipulation, decline, scarcity, and a coming breaking point that could reprice the entire global financial system. This is the story of silver, the most undervalued asset the world is ignoring. And once you understand its past, you will never see its future the same way again. Section 1. Setting the Stage. A History of Power and Silver. Before we jump into the modern crisis, we need to travel back thousands of years, because silver wasn't always cheap. In fact, for most of human history, silver was more valuable than gold. Yes, you heard that correctly. More valuable. The ancient Egyptians believed silver was the bones of the gods. The Greeks used it to mint the first widely accepted currency. The Romans funded their empire with silver mines that were so important, they fought wars to keep them. Throughout the Middle Ages, kings, sultans, and emperors used silver not just as money, but as a symbol of power. In China, under the Ming Dynasty, silver literally became the backbone of their tax system. Entire economies rose and fell depending on who controlled silver mines. But here's the twist. While gold was hoarded by the elite, silver was used by the people. Silver was real money. Silver drove commerce. Silver kept economies functioning. And for centuries, the world operated on a silver standard, not a gold standard. But then something changed, something dramatic, something that would push silver into a long decline, a decline that brings us directly to the crisis we face today. Section 2. Origins of the Fall. How Silver Lost Its Crown. The fall of silver didn't happen overnight. It happened in stages, in a pattern, a blueprint that is still repeating today. Stage 1. Governments abandoned silver. In the 1870s, major global powers, starting with the United States, followed by Germany, France, and later Britain, began abandoning silver as currency. Why? Because silver was the money of the common man, and controlling money meant controlling power. Central banks and political elites wanted a system that they, and only they, could manipulate. Gold was easier to control, silver wasn't. So silver was pushed out, not because it lost value, but because it lost political support. Stage 2. Demonetization. In 1873, the United States passed a law nicknamed the Crime of 1873. The government stopped using silver as legal tender, intentionally crashing its price. Farmers, workers, and ordinary people protested. Riots broke out. A financial panic spread across the country. All because silver, the people's money, was taken away. Stage 3. Industrialization steals silver from currency. The next strike against silver was even bigger. Industry discovered that silver was not just money, it was technology. Silver became essential for photography, medicine, electronics, energy systems, communication networks. Factories consumed more silver than ever before. And unlike gold, almost all silver used in industry was destroyed, not recycled. This created an invisible crisis, a crisis no one talks about, a crisis still building today. Stage 4. Artificial price control. In the 20th century, the world entered a new stage. Banks began using massive paper contracts to suppress silver prices. Billions of dollars in silver trading began happening without anyone ever touching real silver. Prices became artificial, supply became hidden, manipulation became normal, and that manipulation is still going on today. Section 3. The rise of silver in the modern world. Despite the suppression, despite the abandonment, despite the manipulation, silver's importance didn't go away. In fact, it exploded. Silver became essential for nearly everything modern society needs to function. Today, silver is used in over 10,000 industrial applications. It powers solar panels, smartphones, laptops, medical equipment, water purification, EVs, satellites, military tech, AI hardware. If gold disappeared tomorrow, the world would be shocked. If silver disappeared tomorrow, the world would collapse. Silver is not just valuable. Silver is irreplaceable. No other metal on Earth can do what silver does. And here comes the twist. Silver demand is rising fast. Silver supply is collapsing even faster. We are entering a global shortage, a shortage tens of millions of people still don't know is coming. Section 4. The breaking point, when demand explodes and supply collapses. Every economic story reaches a moment where pressure builds so high that something has to break. Silver's breaking point is approaching, and the cause is simple. Industrial demand is rising while global mining is falling. The huge industrial boom. The biggest driver, solar energy. Each solar panel uses silver. Every year, the world installs more solar panels than ever before, and every year, silver demand skyrockets. Electric vehicles also require 2 to 3 times more silver than gasoline cars. AI data centers, medical devices, satellites, robotics, they all require silver. Collapsing supply. Now here's the nightmare part. Silver mines are drying up. Global silver production has been declining for years. New mining discoveries are extremely rare, and worst of all, at today's prices, most silver mines are not profitable. Mining companies are literally losing money to produce silver. That is the definition of an unsustainable system, and an unsustainable system always breaks. Inventories are being drained. Silver inventories in vaults around the world are at their lowest level in decades. Billions of ounces have been drained. Once inventories hit zero, the world must rely only on mining. But mining is shrinking. This is the moment everything snaps. When industry demands more silver than the world can produce, when governments realize silver is strategic, when investors panic, this is the breaking point, and it is closer than anyone thinks. Section 5. The fallout. What happens when silver reprices? When shortages hit, prices don't slowly rise. Prices explode. History proves this. Whenever silver supply collapses, and it has happened many times, silver goes into parabolic spikes. In 1979-1980, silver jumped 800% in less than a year. In 2011, silver nearly tripled. But here's the dangerous truth. Those spikes happened when silver demand was much lower than it is today. Today, silver is needed for global technology, global energy, global defense. A silver shortage today is not just a financial event. It is a national security crisis. Countries will begin competing, industries will begin panicking, prices will begin soaring. This is the fallout. A world that suddenly realizes it can function without a metal it has been taking for granted for decades. Section 6. Failed fixes. Why no one can stop the crisis. Governments will try to fix the problem. Industries will try to fix the problem. Banks will try to fix the problem. But the truth is, they can't. The fixes are impossible because you cannot print silver like paper money. You cannot create new silver mines overnight. You cannot replace silver in advanced technology. You cannot stop industrial demand. Every fix fails because every fix ignores the core problem. Silver is disappearing. We consumed more than we produced for years. Now the bill is due. Global stockpiles are nearly gone. Mining is in decline. Demand is accelerating. This crisis cannot be reversed, only delayed, and the delay is ending. Section 7. Modern Parallels, Patterns Repeating Today. History repeats itself, especially in finance. And right now, the exact same signs that appeared before major silver explosions in the past are appearing again. Pattern 1. Currency devaluation. Whenever governments print too much money, hard assets explode in value. Silver has always been the quickest responder. Pattern 2. Debt crisis. When nations drown in debt, investors run to precious metals. Silver historically outperforms gold during debt-driven events. Pattern 3. Technology booms. Each technological revolution, photography, electricity, electronics, created silver shortages. Today we have solar energy, AI, EVs, and digital tech. This is the biggest boom ever. Pattern 4. Geopolitical instability. War, tension, and conflict push nations to secure strategic metals. Silver is one of them. Demand goes up. Prices follow. Pattern 5. Market manipulation. Crumbling. Just like the 1970s, suppression schemes eventually break. When they break, prices surge violently. All the signs are here. All the patterns are repeating. We are heading toward the same outcome. A massive global repricing of silver. Section 8. Final takeaways. Warning and call to action. Takeaway 1. Silver is not just an investment. It's a necessity. Modern civilization cannot function without silver. Technology cannot function without silver. Energy systems cannot function without silver. Silver is the backbone of the modern world. Takeaway 2. Silver is more undervalued today than ever before. Historically, silver traded at 10 to 15 times cheaper than gold. Today, that ratio is above 80. This is not normal. This is distortion. This is opportunity. Takeaway 3. A global repricing is coming. Shortages, falling supply, rising demand, collapsing inventories, debt crises, technological booms, currency devaluation. All point to one outcome, a revaluation of silver the world is unprepared for. Final warning. Every financial crisis in history had a moment where the signs were there, but people ignored them. Silver is giving us those signs right now, loudly, clearly, repeatedly. The world may ignore silver, but silver will not ignore the world. Its time is coming. Call to action. If you found this video valuable, informative, or eye-opening, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. We have more deep dive investigations coming, revealing the hidden forces shaping our financial future. Stay curious, stay aware, and never stop questioning what the world takes for granted.